There once was a fish who could fly. They got eaten by a fry. It was a fry made of the finest potato and vegetables oil. As soon as the fry ate the fish that could fly, it started changing into a magical unicorn that likes blue goldfish and sprinkled cupcakes. Except the cupcakes have sharp teeth and scary eyes and can and will eat unicorn tails. Because the unicorn liked the cupcakes so much, it started looking for them even though it risked getting its tail bitten off. Soon the unicorn had no tail left and the cupcake went for their maid. The unicorn fought back and managed to lick the sprinkles off of the cupcake. The sprinkles were the cupcake's power. However, he lost all of his blue hairs, but the cupcakes were worse off. The cupcakes got angry but were no longer able to keep up with the unicorn, so they perished and transformed into sad icing puddles. The unicorn decided to eat the sad icing puddles and got a dangerous bacteria infection. The unicorn's mane turned into French fries made of the finest potatoes and vegetable oil, the very finest salt as well, because of the infection. However, the French fry unicorn liked the evil cupcake so much that it decided to take the risk and eat another one. But there were none around. It would have to look for them elsewhere. He traveled through the magical fast food forest where burgers grow on trees and French fries are leaves, and arranged ketchup. This, thought the French fry unicorn, is where I belong. The unicorn got drenched in ketchup and it attracted bees made of cake that can sting with their cake cutter's fingers. They had poison made of old French fry oil, but he made friends with bees, which scared the unicorn very much as it itself is French fries made of the finest ingredients. Being stung by these bees would mean if you got stung by the bees, you'd turn into potatoes. He was now in a very, very bad situation. He had to find those cupcakes and get out of there. But alas, the cupcakes must have disappeared in the hollow of a nearby tree because they were nowhere to be found. Luckily, the unicorn knew the cupcakes' weakness. They loved to eat unicorn tails, almost as much as he liked eating the cupcakes. Almost. So he made a plan, using the best potatoes and best hairs. It was a sacrifice he was willing to make. He shook his tail and mane and neighed loudly. My, what a beautifully yummy tail I have! My tail and mane are looking especially delicious today. And lo and behold, out came the ferocious, sharp-toothed, scary-eyed, evil Cupcake King in all of his blue icing and sprinkles glory, together with his army of evil cupcakes. The blue goldfish evil cupcakes prepared to charge, but the unicorn had a trick up their sleeve. This time, the unicorn knew that he had to destroy the source of their power, the sprinkles. He swung around the stick in his mouth and knocked out the sprinkles. But as soon as he took out one cupcake, more jumped on him. There were just too many evil cupcakes. He had to call for backup. Using his magic, he called for ketchup rain, but only normal rain came. The normal rain washed the ketchup off the French fry trees from earlier and onto the cupcake army, and the cake bees came to help him. No, 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 cried the unicorn, but the bees already turned half the cupcake army into potatoes. The unicorn suppressed his tears and tried to save the remaining cupcakes. He slipped as his hooves turned into potatoes. Using his potato hooves as roller skates, he slid over to the remaining cupcakes and made a force field to prevent the bees from turning the cupcakes into potatoes. He sighed so happy that he finally had cupcakes to eat. That was when he noticed there was one bee left. In slow motion, he watched it sting the king cupcake. No! cried the unicorn and the Cupcake King. Filled with anger, the unicorn attacked the bee with its strongest attack. He summoned and hurled hundreds of pieces of pizza at it, slicing the bee into 1,000,000 pieces and slicing the sprinkles off the remaining cupcake army. Finally done, the unicorn slumped to the ground and started eating the cupcakes. They weren't as sweet or salty as they were supposed to be. He realized he had been tricked. However, the bee's sting was kicking in. the unicorn's horn became curly fries, his skin became potato skin, and he started shrinking. The bee's sting has reverted the unicorn to its original form, a single French fry. Perhaps I was never meant to be a unicorn, he thought as he went looking for a blue or turquoise goldfish to eat. But then the fry remembered that he could turn back into a unicorn if he ate the fish that could fly. He instantly forgot about being better off as a fry and started hunting for a fish that could fly, daydreaming about blue goldfish fish cupcakes. And so the fry went back to the pond when he found the fish that could fly. However, there were no fishes to be found. And so the French fry waited for 3 days and 3 nights until a fish flew out of the water. It was the fish that could fly. As soon as the fry ate the fish that could fly, it started changing into a magical